Whether it's bookkeeping, payroll, bill pay, inventory tracking, or taxes, we have you covered. We handle some or all of these services for one flat, affordable, low monthly fee. Stop worrying about your books and drowning in paperwork. Let us worry while you focus on growing your business. The setup is easy, and we give you the tools and technology to make your monthly finances streamlined and organized. Call now for a free business assessment.
800-213-9527. 800-213-9527. 800-213-9527. That's 800-213-9527. Here's an important COVID-19 school system update for your local area. If you're concerned about your child's education, please pay close attention to this message. The current school systems were not set up for at-home learning. If you're worried that your child may not be getting the grades they need to get ahead, maybe losing self-confidence, or you're worried about them getting into a good college because of their grades, help is available to you. Call Grade Potential Tutoring. They can help with in-home or online tutoring and help your child with any subject and every grade level, even for test prep. They're experts in the home tutoring and online tutoring field and confident they can help you and your child get better grades today. Call now for your free consultation. 800-580-7680. 800-580-7680. 800-580-7680. That's 800-580-7680. I am a non-attorney spokesperson representing a team of lawyers who've helped people that have been injured or wronged. Have you been diagnosed with cancer? Are you one of the millions who have taken Zantac or other generic versions of this popular drug to help treat stomach issues? Then pay close attention to this message. The FDA said it detected low levels of a probable cancer-causing chemical known as NDMA in Zantac and other generic forms of this popular drug. They've banned sales and even removed it from the market. If you've been diagnosed with cancer and you've taken Zantac or a generic equivalent, call the legal helpline now. You could receive a free cash award and have your medical expenses covered. And there's no upfront cost to you. They only get paid if you win. So please call now. 800-251-7816. 800-251-7816. 800-251-7816. That's 800-251-7816.
The legendary KYOK 1140 AM and 92.3 FM. The legend continues.
You're having your lunch on the lunch break with KYOK.
The views and opinions expressed on all radio shows broadcast on KYOK are entirely those of the host, guests, and callers, who are entirely responsible for all show content and do not in any way reflect the opinions of KYOK Radio, its sponsors, staff, or management.
Walk out on that field today. Ask yourself this question. What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Let's go! We ready! We ready! We ready! We ready! I'm going to the house! I'm going to the house! When I step on the field, I send one message. This is what it feels like. This is what it feels like. Football is getting hit. That's it. It's gonna be football now. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? It's hot now. It's hot now. Let's go. It's hot. We ready? I'm going to the house. I'm going to the house. We're talking about the Jets like we're talking about the Saints. You know, all this, how like we the Miami Heat of football. Yeah. The bottom line is you got to buckle up the chin straps. It's embarrassing. Yeah. Don't disrespect the game like that. There's too much crying from him. He's a man. They can be a hit just like us. He's a man. You already make the big money. He's a man. I'm proud when you step on the field, man. That's who I did. When I step on the field, I send one message. This is what it feels like. Oh, my bad. Your bad don't work in my world. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it?
no, this game is just getting started right here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. I'm AJ Jones. It is our Black History Month and Team Texas Tuesday on the show. And y'all are funny. Got a lot of folks talking about yesterday's show and me going after the elected officials. I wasn't trying to go after them. I wasn't. I really wasn't. But I wasn't also going to let them get away with the nonsense that happened last week with ERCOT, the electricity, the water, and all the above, and then the comments that were made by certain elected officials and those that are not even elected. Rick Perry, I am aware that there are lawsuits that have been filed against ERCOT because of the death of members of our community here in Houston and outside of the city. So I don't ever want to make light of somebody's life being lost, but what we experienced last week was inexcusable, and there are people that are going to have to answer for that. And I'll say it again, holding elected officials accountable is not cancel culture. And if all you're worried about are bumper sticker slogans and, fancy slogans and stuff like that, we're not even in the same conversation. I'm not even talking to you. So again, I wanted to get that out on Team Texas Tuesday. A lot we got to talk about today. But two things I got to get done, and I will do them both at the same time. I got to wish two very important people a happy birthday. I got to wish happy birthday to Monica Morris Howard, celebrating her birthday today, and she is the queen of queens. And then I got to celebrate my longest friend, Tamara Brooks Barnes. Happy birthday. She's celebrating her birthday, and I got to wish her a happy birthday as well. So y'all know how I do it. I got to get my close friend to come in and sing happy birthday to y'all. So here we go.
Oh, go shawty, it's your birthday. Ooh, it's your birthday. Go shawty, it's your birthday. Today's your day. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday again, Queen Monica. Happy birthday, Queen Tamara. It is your birthday. We're celebrating with you all day on the lunch break. In fact, I'm dedicating the show to those two queens as they celebrate their birthdays today. And again, I got to give honor where honor is due. All right. Houston Rockets have now lost 8 in a row. I thought 7 was the number of completion, and the Rockets would get over that 7-game losing streak last night, but they didn't. They were in it until about the third quarter, and then they got blown out. They were down by 31 in the third quarter and never quite recovered. They ended up losing to the Bulls, 120-100, without Christian Wood, without Victor Oladipo, and without DeMarcus Cousins, who has a foot injury and was out last night, but he is still expected to be released after the Rockets get Christian Wood back and healthy. So I've been thinking about it. I heard what Coach had to say after the game in the press conference, and I got to be honest with you. I think I know what's going on with the Rockets. I'll talk about it next. 281-453-1000 if you want to get in. 281-453-1000 right here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM.
Baby, I got your money.
Are you looking for a tax company that will get you the maximum credits and deductions? Or a tax company that can get you a same-day loan up to $9,500? Well, Global One Tax Services on 6002 Antoine Drive is the tax company that is dedicated to getting you your maximum refund. Call us for an appointment or for our mobile services. That's right, Global One Tax is now mobile. Now, you don't have to leave your home. Call 281-377-5565. That's 281-377-5565. Get your full return. You deserve it. You've earned it. Global One Tax Services. Get ready, get set, go global.
Hi, I'm Linda J. I recently purchased 4 new tires from OMG Tires and More, located at 3124 Tidwell between 59 and Jensen. TK got me in and out in less than 30 minutes. While there, I got my car washed. Do you need rims for your car? OMG has them too. OMG Tires and More is your one-stop shop for all your tire needs. So give them a call at 832-767-3211. That's 832-767-3211. Conveniently located at 3124 Tidwell between 59 and Jensen on the north side.
Here's an important COVID-19 school system update for your local area. If you're concerned about your child's education, please pay close attention to this message. The current school systems were not set up for at-home learning. If you're worried that your child may not be getting the grades they need to get ahead, may be losing self-confidence, or you're worried about them getting into a good college because of their grades, help is available to you. Call Grade Potential Tutoring. They can help with in-home or online tutoring and help your child with any subject and every grade level, even for test prep. They're experts in the home tutoring and online tutoring field and confident they can help you and your child get better grades today. Call now for your free consultation. 800-580-7680. 800-580-7680. 800-580-7680. That's 800-580-7680.
The legendary KYOK 1140 AM. The legendary KYOK 92.3 FM. Radio stations in one.
The old way of living with diabetes is a pain. You've got to remember to do your testing, and you always need to be sticking your fingers. The new way to live your life with diabetes is with a continuous glucose monitor. You simply apply a discreet, easy-to-use sensor on your body, and it continuously monitors your glucose levels, helping you spend more time in range and freeing you from painful finger pricks. If you test your blood sugar at least 4 times per day and inject insulin at least 3 times per day, or use an insulin pump and have private insurance or Medicare, you might be eligible for a CGM with little or no cost to you. Call U.S. Medical Supply today for a free benefits check. We offer free shipping, 90-day supplies, and we bill Medicare or your insurance directly. Call now and say goodbye to finger pricks.
800-633-1378. 800-633-1378. 800-633-1378. That's 800-633-1378.
Larry Scott, host of the Not So Christian and Me Show. Join me Saturdays for great fun, interviews, music, and the latest news surrounding our world today. We are the show that cares to hear your voice and opinion with real conversation in a no judgment zone. So join me Saturdays from 1 to 2 p.m. on the Not So Christian and Me Show, right here on the legendary KYOK Radio, 1140 AM, and the all-new 92.3 FM and KYOKradio.org.
It's the lunch break on KYOK.
All right, y'all, we just want Nation Under a Groove, getting down just for the sports in it. I'm AJ Jones. It is Black History Month, and it is our Team Texas Tuesday. And I mean it, man. I'm kind of scratching my head with the Texas teams, especially those in Houston, trying to figure it out. I think I've got it figured out. Desiree, I think I've got it figured out. Desiree Battles joining us. Hey, Lunch Breakers, happy Tuesday. Again, Monica Morris Howard celebrating her birthday today. My good friend T. Barnes celebrating her birthday today. And Texas Rockets fans, and hear me when I say I'm a Rocket fan. I am a Houston Rockets fan. I don't just cover them as a journalist, sports broadcast journalist. I'm a fan. My favorite basketball team, not the Lakers, not the Celtics or, one of those, Cincinnati doesn't have a team. Cleveland, not my favorite team. The Houston Rockets. The Rockets are actually finally really going through a rebuilding process that we have not gone through here in Houston and seen in a long time. In fact, I think the last rebuilding process the Rockets went through was after they allowed Hakeem Olajuwon and that crew to leave, and they tried to bring in Charles Barkley, Scottie Pippen, and some other guys to try to salvage their career, chase a ring one more time. Since then, the Rockets had Stevie Francis, got them to the playoffs. Tracy McGrady got them to the playoffs. James Harden got them to the playoffs. And now the Rockets are trying to get to the playoffs again without a Steve Francis. I'm sorry, without a Hakeem Olajuwon, without a Stevie Francis, without a Yao Ming, without a Tracy McGrady, and without a James Harden. Now, granted, they had other people around them. Don't get it twisted. I'm not saying it was all on them. But think about it. When is the last time you've seen this team this devoid of superstar-ish talent? Now, don't get it. Y'all know me. I think superstar is far overused in sports. I think there's only a couple of superstars in basketball. There's only a couple of superstars in football, and definitely only a couple of superstars in baseball. You can throw hockey in there. You got a lot of stars. You got a lot of great players. You got some good players, and then you got some role players. But superstars, it's only a couple. Everybody, well, what about Dame Lillard? He's not a superstar. He's a star, but he's not a superstar. LeBron James, Kevin Durant, and, right on the cusp was Kawhi Leonard, but he ain't on the cusp as much as he was a couple of years ago. James Harden, same thing. Superstar in his team, but superstars, you got LeBron James, who wherever he goes, that team goes to the NBA Finals. Every team that LeBron James has played on has won an NBA championship. Even the great Michael Jordan can't say that. Michael won 6 titles in Chicago. Michael didn't win a title in Washington. Oh, but AJ, he was done by then. It doesn't negate my point. You only have a couple of superstars. And watch this. And when you have a not league superstar, but team superstar that leaves your team, there's no guarantee you're going to get one to replace him. When the Cleveland Cavaliers lost LeBron James the first time and the second time, there was no superstar that said, oh, wow, LeBron is gone from Cleveland. I got to go and be the superstar in Cleveland. It doesn't work that way. There's no guarantee that you're going to get one superstar, let alone 2 or 3. I think everyone as a fan just kind of assumes, well, if we lose James Harden, then we're going to get back a Dame Lillard or a Kawhi Leonard or another superstar or star player from another team, and that's not how it works. I love John Wall. John Wall is not quite the star player he was when he first came out of Kentucky into the NBA with the Washington at the time. I think they were the Bullets, but the Washington Wizards. He's not that same guy yet. Might not ever be. Coming off of 2 major injuries. DeMarcus Boogie Cousins, same thing. Not the same guy that he was coming out of Kentucky to Sacramento. Coming off of major injuries. And while his mind wants him to be able to play like he knows he can play, and we, the fans, want him to be the guy of old, the body right now is just not allowing him to do that. Christian Wood was not a superstar in Detroit, is on the verge of becoming a one here in Houston, but right now still a good player who's injured, not there. Victor Oladipo, same thing. And then you've got a lot of role players, good players, and, young players. This team is in a full-fledged rebuild like we've never seen this long in a long time. There's no Hakeem Olajuwon on this team. There's no Yao Ming on this team. And that's even considering if you thought Yao Ming was a superstar. There's no Stevie Francis. There's no Clyde Drexler. Might be a Robert Horry, but Robert Horry needed Hakeem Olajuwon and Clyde Drexler and all those other guys to be great. So what are you saying to me, AJ? I'm saying be patient, relax, settle down for a minute. Let Coach Silas do his job to try to get these guys headed in the right direction, so they'll do one of two things. They'll either find the next superstar in the players that they already have, and they've got guys with potential for superstardom, like Christian Wood, like Jashawn Tate, like Mason Jones, like Kenyon Martin Jr. Those guys got talent on top of talent, but we don't know who they are yet, and they don't have a star player like James Harden, like Chris Paul, like Russell Westbrook. Yeah, I'm putting him in there. I'm even putting Dwight Howard in there because Dwight was a lot better in Houston than a lot of people are willing to give him credit for. You don't have those kind of guys to cover up the young players while they're trying to become great players and star players and possibly superstar players. Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown in Boston did not become who they were overnight. And those are two young star on the way to possibly being superstar players that they had to develop. They had to have time. They had to have, some ups and downs, some wins and losses. They had to feel the pain of some missed shots. They had to feel the pain of getting blown out. They had to feel the pain of having big leads, blowing those leads, and losing games that they should have won. That's called rebuilding and growing. And Houston, we don't have a problem. It's our turn. It is our turn to go through the rebuilding. The league does not have a rule set up that if you lose a James Harden and a Russell Westbrook, that you get a Dame Lillard and a Kawhi Leonard back. There's no rule that says that. So, because no superstar-ish, star-ish player is trying to come to Houston right now, guess what? You got to do it with Christian Wood, this version of John Wall, this version of Victor Oladipo, this version of DeMarcus Boogie Cousins, PJ Tucker, Eric Gordon, Danuel House, Ben McLemore, and the young guys. That's what we're working with right now. And guess what? You can complain, you can moan, and that's why you got to be careful running off certain players just because you don't like how they do what they do. There's no guarantee you're going to get something as good or better in return. I don't know if Victor Oladipo is going to resign. In fact, I think Victor Oladipo is going to get moved before March 25th. That's just me. I know all eyes are on Boogie Cousins right now and where he's going to go, but I think Victor Oladipo is going to get moved before March 25th. I don't feel like, it's just me, my opinion. I don't have any inside sources on this. I don't think Victor Oladipo is going to be on this roster at the end of the year. I think that they're going to try and move Victor for some more role players that are not coming off of a major injury, that can play, 48 minutes a night. Well, not that many, 35 minutes a night, and give the Rockets some good defense, some rebounds, some toughness. This team's in a rebuild. This team is the Cleveland Cavaliers without LeBron James. This team is Toronto without Kawhi Leonard. This team is the Bulls after Michael Jordan retired. They're rebuilding. And for everyone that complained when they had 65 wins and they were the number 1 seed in the West, for everyone that complained when they were the number 3 seed and the number 4 seed, and everybody who did not like Dwight Howard, and for everybody that didn't like Chris Paul, and for everybody that didn't like Russell Westbrook, how you like them now? The Rockets are who they are, and they are in a rebuild, and there is no rule that says you're going to get a star player in return. Hello, you're live on the lunch break. Who's this?
My name is Ferdinand.
Hey, Ferdinand. How are you?
How's it going? Pretty good in the lunch breakers. AJ, one thing about a rebuilding, it's a good thing. Sometimes you have to do it. But what the Rockets have to definitely get away from, AJ, I watched this for decades. You gotta stop getting guys at the end of their careers. You can't try to get a 2-for-1. Guys that are hurt can't really help you, AJ. I'd rather, AJ, for you to have all new guys, all of them healthy. You have absolutely no superstars on the Houston Rockets roster right now. Until you can get a superstar, just have healthy guys who have a heart in the championship, who wants to win. That's how the Rockets won that championship. Besides having a team, you had a lot of guys who wanted to win. They was fighting until that chemistry came together, AJ. Chemistry hasn't come together. And so as the Rockets are rebuilding, I'm not mad at them. But the thing about it is, AJ, just have healthy guys and get the superstars as you go along. When you get guys that are hurt and they don't pan out like you think they should, then you struggle longer. But when you got a group of guys, you got something to work with. Not anything to take anything away from Boogie, Young Wall, or Oladipo. You need healthy guys. Or you're going to lose 8 games in a row, AJ.
I think what it was, I think what we're seeing here, and I don't know, I don't think it's on the Tillman Fertitta level. I don't think he has a clue. But when I look at the new general manager, I think what he tried to do was have a low-cost, low-impact chance. By if you bring in Cousins at $2.3 million and he plays like the $20 million Cousins, guess what? You came out to the good. If you bring in a Victor Oladipo at, whatever they got him in, as opposed to the $20 million Victor Oladipo, again, it's to the good. It's a low risk, high reward thing that has not worked out, but it's all part of a rebuild. And that's what I want to kind of get out there today. This team is really in a rebuild, and we haven't seen that here in Houston in a long time. So many of the fans don't know how to react to it. They're screaming for Silas to be fired. They're screaming for Fertitta to sell the team. And really all it is the more natural flow of how to build a basketball team than what we're used to here in Houston.
Well, AJ, that's fans who don't understand the game.
Yeah.
For decades, not only Houston Rockets, AJ, other teams have been in rebuilding their franchises for decades. And some of them still look like they're rebuilding. So, no, that's just a part of the game. But we just got to, like I said, get away from, getting guys that are hurt. And we can't roll the dice on things like that because it hasn't worked. AJ, that getting guys at the end of their career, going way back into Charles Barkley, it didn't work.
Yeah.
And so Charles was a beast. early on, but at the end, it sometimes, it hadn't been proven, AJ, that those guys really, really can give you what your team needs when the time they're being, obtained.
Well, let me just say it like this. The LA Lakers are interested in Boogie Cousins, not because he will be the starting center on the team, but because they know at this stage of his career, he can give them spot minutes, 5 minutes here, 3 minutes there, 2 minutes, maybe about a total of 10, 12 minutes a game, and help them get over the top. Whereas the Rockets bring these guys in right now, and I'm not knocking them for it, but it's just, what they're doing. They're bringing these guys in, and because of injuries and COVID and whatever, they're having to depend on these guys for 30 minutes a night. One game, Boogie scored 28 points with 17 rebounds. The next night, he had 6 points and maybe 3 rebounds. You can't depend on him for 30-plus minutes a night at this stage of his career, and you might not ever be able to depend upon him like that again.
Well, and that's the thing, AJ. General managers have to realize what the Lakers are trying to do. When guys are hurt like that, they can only give you very, very minimum time. So you need the leadership from those guys, sure, but you can't expect all of that time and for them guys to be consistent every night. It's not going to happen. It's proven, AJ, that it doesn't happen. You get guys that can give you 10 or 15 minutes, a quarter. Boogie may be that guy, but he can't, like I say, do what they're wanting done at this particular time. I hope he get well, because the guy, he can hoop, he can ball, but sometimes, man, your mind and your body, I'm my age, AJ. My mind and my body are totally different ways.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you ain't lying. I do. I wish Boogie well. Again, if he were healthy last night, he would have played. And I think he's going to end up with another ring, especially if he goes back to L.A. So, but, again, the Rockets are in a rebuild. We just got to get used to it, and we got to be patient. We got to be patient with this organization.
Oh, I am, AJ. Now, I know you are just a fan. You got to understand the game. When you understand the game, you don't beat your home team up like that.
Yeah, well, the Texans are
beat anybody up, AJ? If you want to beat any team up, beat up the Texans.
There you go. I was going to say, they're in a rebuild too, but not because of the same reason the Rockets are in a rebuild. I hope Deshaun Watson gets out of Houston. I really do.
I agree. Nothing against the Texans team. I just prefer it. And once you know your worth, AJ, and we know Deshaun signed the contract, we know all about that. But Deshaun is not that guy. And a lot of guys are not that guy. When you know you have a championship status, you're going to stay silent. No. Deshaun, since he's been here, he has been over backwards, and he's been running for his life. That guy deserves to leave. And if the fans don't understand that, AJ, I don't know what kind of fans we have.
Yeah, well,
this guy is a champion, and he can if he goes to the right team, AJ, and I'm gone. He can deliver just like Patrick Mahomes delivered in Kansas City. He can deliver a championship.
Yeah, I agree.
That's it.
I agree. Ferdinand, always love, brother. You have a good rest of your day.
Yes, sir. You do the same. God bless.
All right, God bless. Ferdinand, Caller of the Year 2017. Let me take a break. Want to hear your comments, 281-453-1000, 281-453-1000. It's the lunch break.
You're listening to 1140 AM and 92.3 FM, the legendary KYOK.
Now, in-home or in-office do-it-yourself COVID-19 testing is available to you, and the results are 99% accurate. Save your time and be safe by avoiding the lines and crowds. You can test yourself and your family members at home. Test your employees at work, making sure your workplace is safe. Simply call Citation Bioscience at the number we're about to give you to order your COVID-19 testing kits. When they arrive, follow the simple instructions and send them back to us with our prepaid shipping. Results are ready the next day in 95% of the cases. And remember, they are 99% accurate and reimbursable by your insurance company. Save your time, stay safe, and avoid the crowds. Order your COVID-19 kits now by calling this number now. Pricing starts at $119 and discounts are available for larger orders. Call now. 800-247-8046. 800-247-8046. That's 800-247-8046.
Do you watch television? Of course you do. Then have you tried Dish TV from All American Dish yet? No? Well, now is a great time because we're giving everyone that calls today a 2-year locked-in price. Your rate will not change for 2 years. The clock is ticking. Call now, get Dish, and get your price locked in for 2 years and save yourself some money. Dish has your favorite TV programs, even Netflix and Amazon Prime built into the DVR. You can even watch Dish anywhere you have an internet connection. Plus, we've even got awesome discounts for the military and seniors. Oh, and one more thing. Call All American Dish now and we'll even give you a free Google TV voice remote, free installation, and free equipment. Don't wait. Call All American Dish now.
800-296-1302. 800-296-1302. 800-296-1302. That's 800-296-1302.
Hi, my name is Lily. My mom and dad used to fight about money all the time. Then one day, I heard them talking about this guy, some uncle I never knew, called Uncle Sam. Well, they say this Uncle Sam guy wanted them to pay him like $1 gazillion, and they didn't have $1 gazillion. So they called this company they heard on the radio called the Tax Doctor. And the Tax Doctor worked with Uncle Sam's people. I think they're called the IRS. And they were able to work it out so my mom and dad didn't have to pay Uncle Sam very much money at all. So now mom and dad are happy, and I'm happy too. Thanks, Tax Doctor.
If you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS or state, call now and pay less. 800-603-9359. 800-603-9359. That's 800-603-9359.
The lunch break on the legendary KYOK.
All right, y'all. The lunch break will make you jump right here on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. It is our Black History Month and Team Texas Tuesday. All right. Speaking of Black History Month, if you still need your African fashions for the month, you can still get them at African Imports. The sales are still going on, and all you got to do is stop by their location in Greenspoint Mall, right near the food court. Tell them you heard it on KYOK. You'll get 10% off your purchases. African Imports, Greenspoint Mall, near the food court. Call them, 281-875-0056. That's 281-875-0056. African Imports, making you jump for Black History Month on the legendary KYOK. AM 1140 and 92.3 FM, also streaming live on KYOKradio.org 24/7. All right, y'all. Got a lot of comments about what I just said about the Rockets. JT, AJ, you make sense, but do you really think that Russell Westbrook, Chris Paul, and Dwight Howard were superstars? I knew y'all would get caught up in that. No, I'm not saying that they were. And I'm not saying it was all on James Harden to be the superstar of the team. I'm saying that when you got players like those guys and they're not playing the way you want them to, and then you want to get rid of them, then you think that they're going to get somebody in return of the same caliber as them. It doesn't always happen. There is no rule that says if you give up a Russell Westbrook, you get a player similar to Russell Westbrook's style of play. If you give up a James Harden, you get a James Harden quality or level player back. Every now and then, when you lose players like that, you got to rebuild. You got to redraft. You got to find them and other guys unlike who you had before, or somebody with a name. That's all I'm saying. There's a young man right now down in the G League that the Rockets just got from Cleveland who has some off-court issues. And I tell you what, you look at the way this young man is balling down in the G League, he's got superstar ability written all over him. He's got off-court issues. Got to get some things right in his life. Needs some John Lucas. Needs a mentor. That's another reason why I don't want to lose a Boogie Cousins. If you don't have Boogie in that locker room, if you don't have PJ Tucker in that locker room, who's going to be the voice of reason? Daniel House? Ben McLemore? I'll pass. You got to have some veteran leadership to me. I know a lot of folks don't like Kyrie Irving, but a lot of folks want to overlook this one little fact. Kyrie Irving was the veteran leader in Boston with a bunch of young players. Guess what the young players didn't want? Kyrie Irving's leadership. Jason Tatum wanted to be the man 2 years after being drafted. Jaylen Brown wanted to be the man 2 years after being drafted. Being able to play, being able to score, being able to defend doesn't make you a good leader off the court. They had maturity issues. They had, growing together issues, chemistry issues. And oh yeah, by the way, they're not necessarily fixed just yet. Every now and then you have guys that don't want to be led by Jimmy Butler. And that's what was going on with Jimmy Butler before he got to Miami. The young guys did not want his leadership. The young guys in Oklahoma City, or was it Memphis, did not want the leadership of Andre Iguodala. And while these guys are extremely talented, can put the ball in the basket, got skills on top of skills, that doesn't make you mature. Doesn't make you a leader. The Rockets are trying to develop all of that. All of that. And Stephen Silas is trying to mature and grow as an NBA head basketball coach as well, doing all of this at the same time. I'll say it again. I'll leave it alone. I don't want to sound like a broken record. The Rockets are in a complete rebuild. And I'll say this, and you might not like this, but the Rockets are doing it under not what I want to call one of the better owners in the league either, or governors, whatever you want to call it. I'm not sold on Tillman Fertitta. In the words of Slim Thug, you got some untalented European people running these organizations all because their family had bread. If Tillman Fertitta didn't have a couple of $1 billion a couple of years ago when he bought the team from Leslie Alexander, would anybody have thought, I think Tillman Fertitta would be a great NBA owner? Restaurants, hotels, and casinos, bruh, that's your lane. Him having the money to buy the team doesn't make him a great NBA owner. I was dumb enough to believe it when the Rockets lost to the Golden State Warriors when they were leading the series 3-2. They lost that game 7 when they went 0 for 27 from 3. And Tillman Fertitta was yelling down the hallways of the bottom of where the locker room and all that is, I will do whatever it takes. I'll spend whatever it takes. I'll go over the salary cap to bring a championship to Houston. He lied. He was in his emotions. He didn't do that. Heck, he didn't even want to pay his head coach. He ran off his general manager, and he ran off not one but 2 of his star players. With his political rhetoric, with his affiliations, with his associations, and whether you like it or not, with his racist comments. Him having money and restaurants doesn't make him a great person. You can be a racist and have money in restaurants. You can be a racist and own an NBA basketball team. See Donald Sterling. And if you think Donald Sterling was the only one, you don't know anything about probability and statistics. Statistically, that is incorrect. If you look at the statistics of the number of people that have what would be considered racist beliefs, thoughts, tendencies, you will see that statistically more than 1 out of 30 teams would think that way, feel that way, act that way, and live that way. And not just in the NBA, NFL, Major League Baseball, hockey, you name it. There was no magic force field that keeps that kind of stuff out of a league. It's there. And for whatever reason, Dwayne Brown didn't want to play under it for the Texans. James Harden, Russell Westbrook didn't want to play under it with the Rockets. Other guys have not wanted to be a part of it. Looks like Deshaun Watson doesn't want to be in that kind of environment. And you don't have to like it. You don't have to agree with it. But the bottom line is these guys are not obligated to put up with it just because they're making millions of dollars. You're making millions of dollars. You need to just shut up and play. Some people have what are called good old-fashioned morals, values, a moral compass, code of conduct. Heck, there are people that are gangsters on the streets that have more morals and values and standards than people who swear that they love Jesus. So I'm sorry to hit you with the truth today. That's what I do. It's what I do. Let me get out of the way. Let me let Sybil Wilkes come and give you the truth about COVID-19 or her COVID-19 update, what you need to know. If you want to get in, 281-453-1000. 281-453-1000 is the number to dial. Here's Sybil Wilkes.
It's Sybil Wilkes with what you need to know today. Federal Judge Merrick Garland returns today for the second and final day of his confirmation hearing as Attorney General for the United States before the Senate Judiciary Committee. As many Democratic senators noted, Judge Garland's appearance is 5 years behind schedule. The judge was President Obama's Supreme Court nominee to fill the seat following the death of Justice Antonin Scalia. The Republican majority Judiciary Committee refused to conduct hearings necessary to advance the vote to the entire Senate. A letter written by a former undercover New York Police Department officer while on his deathbed alleges the agency, along with the FBI, were responsible for the assassination of Malcolm X. In the letter, Ray Wood, who is black, admitted he was hired by the NYPD to keep Malcolm X's security detail from protecting him on the day he was killed. Wood gave the confession to his cousin and asked that the information be held until after his death. Mr. Woods died in November of last year. I'm Sybil Wilkes. Be informed.
You're listening to The Lunch Break on KYOK.
All right, we're back here on the lunch break. That last story, man, good gosh. I mean, I get it, I guess. I get it. Why wait till your deathbed confession to get that information out? Do you think there was threats made on his family, on his children? Somebody help me with that. Why would you wait to your deathbed confession to admit that you had something to do with the cover-up and the assassination of Malcolm X? 281-453-1000. 281-453-1000. I want to hear your thoughts on that. I know it doesn't have anything to do with sports, but Sybil Wilkes brought it up, so I want to talk about it. All right, so anyway, I know a bunch of people are hitting me up on the last thing I just said about owner Tillman Fertitta. And yep, AP, AJ, there you go. Had to make it about race, didn't you? I didn't have to. Just kind of is. Just kind of is. Yeah, it's funny. If people wouldn't do racist stuff, I guess we wouldn't talk about racist stuff. All right, let me hit the top of the hour. We'll be right back right after this.
The legendary 1140 AM KYOK Conroe and 92.3 FM K222CX Houston.
The views and opinions expressed on all radio shows broadcast on KYOK are entirely those of the host, guests, and callers who are entirely responsible for all show content and do not in any way reflect the opinions of KYOK Radio, its sponsors, staff, or management.
feel today? Ask yourself this question. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Let's go. We ready. We ready. We ready. We ready. I'm going to the house. I'm going to the house. When I step on the field, I send one message. This is what it feels like. This is what it feels like. Football is getting hit. That's it. It's gonna be football now. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Let's hunt now. Let's hunt now. Let's go. Let's hunt. We ready. I'm going to the house. I'm going to the house. We're talking about the Jets like we're talking about the Saints. You know, all this, how do we the Miami Heat of football? Yeah. The bottom line is you got to buckle up the chin straps. It's embarrassing. Yeah. Don't disrespect the game like that. There's too much crying from him. He's a man. They can be hit just like us. He's a man. You already make the big money. He's a man. I'm proud when you step on the field, man. That's who I did. When I step on the field, I send one message. This is what it feels like. Oh, my bad. Your bad don't work in my world. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. We ready. I'm going to the house. I'm going to the house. It's a wrap. Game over.
All right, now this game is not over. It's the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. It's Black History Month. It is Team Texas Tuesday as well. And it's the birthday of Monica Morris Howard and my good friend T. Barnes. I found another friend to sing happy birthday to y'all. See what this sounds like.
$365 days have passed, and we're right back to your special day. But before we celebrate, there's a couple things I need to say. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. I wish you the best and so much more. But before I go, just know I love you.
Oh man, that was dope. I like that. I like little different. Allegedly, that was Jamie Foxx. Didn't sound like Jamie. And you know, me and Jamie, we celebrate the same birthday. We were born on the same day. I really feel like Jamie Foxx is my spirit animal. He's my spirit animal. Yeah, I like it. Happy birthday, Monica. Happy birthday, T. Barnes, from your guy here over at the lunch break. Legendary KYOK, AM 1140, FM 92.3, and streaming live 24/7, KYOKradio.org. Monica said, I like that. I love that. You got it. I told y'all we celebrating y'all all day. So I might have to sing a little bit myself before I go. You know, I don't do that for everybody because, you know, people be trying to get me to get on they projects and stuff. I try to go to the concert and just be in the number, and they'll see me down there and be like, AJ, come here, give us a little something. And I'm like, no. And the crowd be like, AJ, and I got to get up there and I got to give them a little something. So I'm trying not to do that. But for these two, I might do it. Y'all are hilarious. All right, so sports-wise, Rockets lost their 8th game in a row. last night, 120-102. The Bulls, they trailed by 31 in the third after being within 4-3, and then they got blown out. No Victor Oladipo last night. No Christian Woods. Christian Wood hadn't played since the beginning of February. So they got to get that figured out. They're at Cleveland tomorrow at 6:30. Dallas beat Memphis 102-92. Tim Hardaway Jr. had 29 off the bench. Mark Cuban say, y'all stop talking that noise. Mark Cuban say, y'all be quiet. Talking about he trying to trade Kristaps Porzingis. Mark said, y'all getting on his nerves. And if I'm Mark Cuban, I don't trade Luka, Kristaps, or some of their role players. They got a good team. That Dallas team is all right. They trying to get back on track. I got to get my niece on. I am Valencia King. Got to get her on and let her tell us what's really going on with that Mavericks organization. But Mark Cuban said, y'all leave Kristaps alone. He ain't trying to trade him. There it is. Spurs and Indiana got postponed last night due to COVID. They have not played since Valentine's Day. They're supposed to play Oklahoma City tomorrow at 7. Locally, around the state, college basketball, HBU lost to Northwestern State 86-80. Sam beat Lamar 77-71. Oklahoma beat Texas Tech 74-69. 74-69. And then let me tell you something real quick. In that game that was televised, on NBA TV last night or yesterday, it was Jackson State beating Grambling 63-59 on the men's side. Good game. Just got a report that Jeff Bezos, Amazon, wants to own the Washington football team. Honestly, I'd be for it. I mean, I wish somebody else, don't want to make it all about race, but I wish somebody else was trying to buy the Washington football team. But apparently that's not what they're trying to do. So Jeff Bezos over Dan Snyder, I'll take Bezos. We'll see what he's about. Hope he gets a chance to buy it. I don't think Snyder wants to sell, but I think they're borderline. I think they're borderline to the place where you don't give him an option if you are Roger Goodell and the board of owners. Snyder has not been a positive for the ownership in the NFL at all, especially given all that we found out about that organization. And then, of course, he became pro-black after he got in trouble, bringing on a black vice president of football ops and, first black female football coach and position coach and all those different things that he's trying to do to be pro-black. It's like, where was all that when you were out there acting nasty behind the scenes with your employees? That's the thing that kind of gets me. The NFL has had rumors about Washington and their behavior for a long time. Washington was where the cheerleader released the report how they were being forced to go to VIP season ticket holder events and felt like she was being exploited. What did the NFL do about that? Nothing. And then we find out what was going on with sexual harassment and all that. And now all of a sudden everybody's up in arms. NFL, you knew about this years ago. So I don't know. I'm ready for new ownership up there. Bezos might be a good one. All right, Monica says, Desiree said, uh-oh, you sure you want to do that? Singing? LOL? I can sing. In fact, I can't do it right now. Can't do it right now. Heard somebody tell a joke that the one thing somebody wanted them to do, their final request was for them to sing happy birthday. I thought that was hilarious. So anyway, you know what I need? I need that birthday song from What was our young lady that used to sing the birthday song? Ashley Dunbar. I need a copy of that birthday song. Can I get it? Uh-oh. I'm being ignored. On that note, let me take a break. We'll be right back with the lunch break right after this.
Attention business owners, listen carefully to this important message. Are you tired of struggling with monthly bookkeeping or always being behind? Maybe you're fed up with paying your CPA ridiculously high hourly rates for subpar services. At Finance Pal, we know your pain. We're small business owners who understand your tax and accounting needs. At Finance Pal, we take over your books and design a program custom tailored to fit your needs. Whether it's bookkeeping, payroll, bill pay, inventory tracking, or taxes, we have you covered. We handle some or all of these services for one flat, affordable, low monthly fee. Stop worrying about your books and drowning in paperwork. Let us worry while you focus on growing your business. This setup is easy, and we give you the tools and technology to make your monthly finances streamlined and organized. Call now for a free business assessment.
800-213-9527. 800-213-9527.
Yes, ma'am.
800-213-9527. That's 800-213-9527. Here's an important COVID-19 school system update for your local area. If you're concerned about your child's education, please pay close attention to this message. The current school systems were not set up for at-home learning. If you're worried that your child may not be getting the grades they need to get ahead, may be losing self-confidence, or you're worried about them getting into a good college because of their grades, help is available to you. Call Grade Potential Tutoring. They can help with in-home or online tutoring and help your child with any subject at every grade level, even for test prep. They're experts in the home tutoring and online tutoring field and confident they can help you and your child get better grades today. Call now for your free consultation. 800-580-7680. 800-580-7680. 800-580-7680. That's 800-580-7680.
Okay, no problem.
I am a non-attorney spokesperson representing a team of lawyers who've helped people that have been injured or wronged. Have you been diagnosed with cancer? Are you one of the millions who have taken Zantac or other generic versions of this popular drug to help treat stomach issues? Then pay close attention to this message. The FDA said it detected low levels of a probable cancer-causing chemical known as NDMA in Zantac and other generic forms of this popular drug. They've banned sales and even removed it from the market. If you've been diagnosed with cancer and you've taken Zantac or a generic equivalent, call the legal helpline now. You could receive a free cash award and have your medical expenses covered. And there's no upfront cost to you. They only get paid if you win. So please call now. 800-251-7816. 800-251-7816. 800-251-7816. That's 800-251-7816.
The legendary KYOK 1140 AM and 92.3 FM. The legend continues.
You're listening to Shiloh Radio on the legendary KYOK 1140 AM and the all-new 92.3 FM, where you will be encouraged, inspired, and ignited to reach your maximum potential in life through Jesus Christ with Shy.
You're listening to the lunch break on KYOK.
Yeah, you got to listen to my girl Shiloh Radio on Thursdays. I think she's on at 11 o'clock, but you got to check her out right before I come on with Throwback Thursday. Shiloh Radio, a lot of fun, very encouraging, very uplifting, always informative. Check out Shiloh Radio right here on the legendary KYOK every Thursday. All right, AM 1140, FM 92.3, and streaming live, KYOKradio.org. All right. Okay, so a lot of folks asking me to sing. I don't know. We'll see. I can't just bust it out for everybody. Like I told you, I'll be getting all these kind of requests, you know. So anyway, Nicholas Hines, hey AJ and everyone. Al High, what's up AJ? Afternoon lunch break crew. We got to have Al High back on the show. Good brother, man. Good brother. Got to get on here and talk some sports, some Kansas City barbecue, all the above. Got to do it soon. All right. Somebody was talking about the Texans rebuild, the Rockets rebuild, and they asked me, what about the Cowboys? I'll put it to you like this. The only team in the state of Texas that's not rebuilding right now, the only team in the state of Texas that's not rebuilding right now, and somebody's going to say, nah, AJ, they're not rebuilding. The Dallas Mavericks. They're not rebuilding. They're trying to get better, but they're not rebuilding. They're trying to put the right pieces around two legit stars, Luka and Kristaps, but they're not rebuilding. And it never seems like the San Antonio Spurs are rebuilding, but they're kind of rebuilding as well. I really think that they're going to try and figure out next season how to carry forward without LaMarcus Aldridge. I think that's where you're going to see the young rookie that they drafted this year, Devin Vassell, probably move into that power forward, kind of small power forward or big small forward role, and just get a different look than what they have with LaMarcus Aldridge. I also think that they will kind of build around DeMar DeRozan, DeJounte Murray, and some of their other young players, but it won't necessarily be a rebuild because it's Pop. I don't know how many years Pop is going to be there. The rebuild, I'm talking about like what the Rockets are experiencing right now, is when it goes from Coach Pop to somebody else, whether it be Becky Hammond or somebody else. It's never quite a rebuild when you got Coach Pop doing it. Coach Pop puts it together. He puts all the ingredients in the bowl, stirs it up, and it tastes good. Never quite a rebuild when it's him. Hello, you're live on the lunch break. Who's this?
What's up? What's up? It's Uncle Buck.
Uncle Buck. I feel like I need to say Happy New Year to you. When's the last time I talked to you?
Oh man, it was sometime last year. I was in a drought.
Yeah, man.
Season.
Yeah. I'm talking about Texas teams in a rebuild. The Rockets are in a complete rebuild. The Texans are in a rebuild. And as much as people don't want to hear this, the Dallas Cowboys are in a rebuild too.
Oh, yes, we are. But I can tell you who's not in a rebuild.
Who's not?
That's the Fairfield Lady Eagles on their way back to the regional tournament. Then we're going to go on back down to the state tournament. Repeat.
Now, wait a minute. What did y'all do? Did y'all win it all last year? I forgot.
Oh, we won it. 4A state champs, Fairfield, Texas.
Y'all got signs in front of the city when somebody enters the town. Welcome to Fairfield, Texas, home of the 4A girls basketball champs.
Well, we got a little sign.
Oh, that's messed up. Tell the city leaders I'm disappointed.
I'm disappointed they need to put it on the water meter. Maybe they'll do it after repeat the water tower. Maybe they'll do it after repeat this year.
Back when I was a kid, we used to try to climb up on the water tower and paint I Love Susie and AJ and Betty, and we used to try and paint stuff up there.
Well, this Fairfield, we can't do that.
Oh, you know what? I just realized you're right. Listen, do not get up on the tower. If you got a little bit of pigmentation in your skin, do not climb up on that tower trying to paint nothing in Fairfield, Texas.
That's what I'm talking about.
I know. I'm just trying to translate for my listeners who might get a wild hair and decide, let's drive to Fairfield and just go paint the water tower. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Uncle Buck.
Good.
Uncle Buck, congratulations to the women of Fairfield High School again.
Again, thank you, sir.
You think they're going to repeat? You think they're going to be back-to-back state 4A champs?
Well, we lost a lot of students, so we had to drop down to 3A, but we got basically the same team, so I'm looking for a repeat.
Yeah, I'm going to say this. If y'all won 4A and you lost students, but you still got basically the same team, you're going to win 3A.
We picked number 2 in the state, but it's somebody pick number one. I don't know who, but we're number two.
Well, you know what? I don't worry about those rankings. It's who holds the trophy at the end of the year that's ranked number one. That's all I know.
Now, you said a mouthful.
You know what I'm saying? You know, I don't know much, but I know whoever got that trophy over their head at the end of the year, that's who's ranked number one.
All right. I'm going to take it to the bank.
Uncle Buck, do me a favor. Can you get me a T-shirt or something? A Fairfield lady. What's the name of your girls? The lady what?
Lady Eagles.
The Lady Eagles. Can I get I put 2 X's on it? 2 X's and an L.
Okay, you know what? I can do that for you.
Uncle Buck, I want to rock the Fairfield Lady Eagles T-shirts. I mean, I feel like I'm an honorary mascot or something.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna do that for you, definitely.
And maybe, you know, for Black History Month next year, they can let me call a game or something.
You know what? That would be great. I'm gonna do that for you. But anyway, this is Uncle Buck. I'm out of here.
Bless you, Uncle Buck. Always good to hear from you, man. That's a good man. He doesn't call often, but when he calls, it's always a Hall of Fame level call. Uncle Buck and Aunt Bev are the only 2 that are in the Lunch Break Listener Hall of Fame. The only 2. Just legendary call. Every time those 2 call, I wish I was recording it because it's just legendary. I mean, we went from rebuild to who's not rebuilding to water towers to life on top of the water tower. I mean, it's just legendary stuff. Anybody that calls me, make your calls that good. I want legendary calls from now on. All right, let me take a break. Be right back with more right after this on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM.
Legendary KYOK 1140 AM. The legendary KYOK 92.3 FM. Radio stations in one.
The old way of living with diabetes is a pain. You've got to remember to do your testing, and you always need to be sticking your fingers. The new way to live your life with diabetes is with a continuous glucose monitor. You simply apply a discreet, easy-to-use sensor on your body, and it continuously monitors your glucose levels, helping you spend more time in range and freeing you from painful finger pricks. If you test your blood sugar at least 4 times per day and inject insulin at least 3 times per day, or use an insulin pump and have private insurance or Medicare, you might be eligible for a CGM with little or no cost to you. Call U.S. Medical Supply today for a free benefits check. We offer free shipping, 90-day supplies, and we bill Medicare or your insurance directly. Call now and say goodbye to finger pricks.
800-633-1378. 800-633-1378. 800-633-1378. That's 800-633-1378.
Let's be honest. Wheelchairs are heavy, bulky, and ugly. If you carry a wheelchair in your car to take care of a loved one, you know how hard it is getting that clunky, old-style wheelchair in and out of your car. Introducing the Feather Chair Wheelchair. At 13 pounds, it's the world's lightest wheelchair. It folds in seconds and fits neatly in your trunk, backseat, or closet, so you can take it everywhere. And it's only available right here. Order yours today and get a free wheelchair case, a $50 value, yours free. The Feather Chair, the world's lightest wheelchair, is just $4.99 with easy payments as low as $16 a month. Sorry, no Medicare or insurance accepted. So call right now to order yours.
800-262-4690. 800-262-4690. 800-262-4690. That's 800-262-4690.
Hi, I'm Larry Scott, host of the Not So Christian Me Show. Join me Saturdays for great fun, interviews, music, and the latest news surrounding our world today. We are the show that cares to hear your voice and opinion with real conversation in a no judgment zone. So join me Saturday from 1 to 2 p.m. on the Not So Christian Me Show, right here on the legendary KYOK Radio, 1140 AM, and the all-new 92.3 FM and KYOKradio.org.
I know.
Hey guys, this is your girl Brandy Nelson, and you are listening to The Lunch Break on KYOK.
All right, y'all. We're back here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. I'm AJ Jones. Still sending my love and thoughts and condolences and prayers over to the Greater St. Matthew Baptist Church family. One church, two locations. Founded by the late, great Dr. Guster Booker. My longtime mentor and, I mean, just, yeah. You know, to his son, Pastor Ronnie, and Gusta Jr., and his daughter, and grandchildren. I just love them. Just love them all. Just love them all. Entire Greater St. Matthew Baptist Church family, we're still here with you. Still here with you. Yep. So, man, Team Texas Tuesday. Team Texas Tuesday and Black History Month. All right, so it's not Winning Wednesday. It's not Winning Wednesday, but I want to go ahead and do this now because it's Black History Month, and I can do different stuff on Black History Month. The Texas State Classic, Prairie View and Grambling, has been postponed to March the 13th. So if you won tickets, have received tickets, bought tickets, hang on to them because you'll use them on March the 13th. But I'm going to do a Black History Month trivia. You cannot Google it. You can't Google it. I'll give you 2 tickets to the State Fair Classic, Grambling versus Prairie View at the Cotton Bowl up in Dallas on now March the 13th. If you can tell me who the first African-American women's basketball coach to win the national championship is. First African-American women's basketball coach to win the national championship. 281-453-1000, 281-453-1000. I'll take the first caller. 2 tickets to the State Fair Classic, Grambling versus Prairie View, now on March the 13th. March 13th up in Dallas. Come on, who's got it? First, don't Google it. Don't Google it. First African-American woman to lead her college basketball team as a coach to the national championship. I'll give you a hint. Me and Chris Gardner talked about this person. She's one of my favorites. Who's got it? 281-453-1000. Listen, and even if you guess it, I'm going to bless you. Call me. 281-453-1000. 281-453-1000. It's tax season, and we want you to keep calling Global One Tax Services. They say they're getting a ton of calls about you getting your taxes done or even having them come to your home. Call Shannon Hinton, 281-377-5565. That's 281-377-5565 for Global One Tax Services, bringing us this segment of the lunch break. So y'all don't know? Y'all don't know who the first African-American woman head coach to win a college basketball championship? Y'all just not going to call me. All right, well, I'll keep these tickets for myself. I'll keep them for myself. I just made that up. You know how people get up to give testimony, and they'll say, Lord laid a little song on my heart. Now, y'all know it. Come on, y'all sing it with me. I'll keep it for myself. It's like, man, we don't know that song. Come on, sing it with me. Hello, you're live on the lunch break. Who this?
My name is Rose. It was Cooper. Cooper that played with the women's basketball team that won the championships here 5 times.
Cynthia Cooper.
Cynthia Cooper.
That's a good guess, but that's not who it is.
Okay, thanks.
Now tell me your name again.
Rose.
Rose?
Uh-huh.
Rose? Let me see if I can give you I'm gonna see if I can give you a couple of hints and see if you can get it. Rose, she is real tall, and she used to be a commentator for women's basketball.
Cheryl, her brother, Reggie.
You're thinking Cheryl Miller.
Yeah.
But it's not her. It's not her. In fact, she sounds like she's from the South, but she coached up in the North. Sounds like she's from the South, and she coached up in the North.
No, I don't know.
Rose said, I don't know. Well, Rose, I tell you what, I'll tell you her name. Her name was Carolyn, or is Carolyn Peck. Carolyn Peck won the national championship when she was the head coach of Purdue back in 1999. Remember that Prince song, like it's 1999?
Yeah.
So Rose, even though you didn't win, you win. So stay on the phone, Rose. I'm going to get your information. I'm going to mail you these tickets now. It's going to say on the ticket February the 27th, but don't use it until March the 13th, okay?
Can I pass them on to somebody else?
You sure can. I'll get them to you, and you can get them to whoever you want them to.
Okay.
You want to do it like that, or you want to have the person call me?
Can I have the person call you?
All right.
Or can you just mail them to when you get my information? You can just call the other person.
Yeah, I'll do that, Rose. I'll do whatever you want me to do today. Okay, Rose?
Okay, thank you.
Rose is all right. So, Rose, don't hang up. Stay right there, Rose. We're going to be right back with Rose in just a second. I got to get her information. Rose is good people. Rose is good people. All right, y'all. We'll be right back right after this on the lunch break, where we're making you winners on Team Texas Tuesday for Black History Month. We'll be right back. Where you want me to be? Thank you, okay? All right, y'all, we're back here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM, streaming live 24/7 on KYOKradio.org. Got a shout out to Rose in Houston, picked up 2 tickets for the State Fair Classic, and she's going to give those to somebody else. I'm so happy for her. On Black History Month today, we celebrate Carolyn Peck, first African-American woman to lead an NCAA team to the national championship when she led Purdue to the national title back in 1999. They only lost 1 game that year. I think they were, 28-1, 29-1, something like that. Dawn Staley was only the second African-American woman to win the national championship as a head coach. Yeah. Keith said, I got it, but I'm already going to the game. All right, Keith. Keith going to the game as well. I wonder if I'm going to the game. I wonder. All right, y'all. 281-453-1000. 281-453-1000. Deshaun Watson. Where's he going to end up? Deshaun Watson. Where is he going to end up? A lot of people are saying Deshaun will be in Texas by the beginning of the season and will be the opening day starter first Sunday in September. Agree or disagree? Will Deshaun Watson be the opening day starter for the Houston Texans first Sunday in September? And I'll even add to that question, will Dak Prescott be the opening day starter for the Dallas Cowboys? Opening day starter for the Dallas Cowboys first Sunday in September, or whenever they play. You know, sometimes Dallas plays in that game before the games. What do you think? 281-453-1000, 281-453-1000, or text me 832-403-5005, 832-403-5005. Here's the question of the day. Will Dak Prescott be the starter for the Cowboys opening day this year? And will Deshaun Watson be the starting quarterback for the Houston Texans this year? Let's see. Keith said Texans and Dak will start week 1 in Dallas. Oh, he says he agrees about the Texans and Dak will start week 1 in Dallas. Okay, so what do y'all say? Deshaun in Houston for the Texans, or will Dak be the starter for the Cowboys week 1 this season? I'll be honest with you. I don't think Deshaun will start for the Texans. I hope he doesn't. Whether he's on the team or not, I hope he does not. Dak, I want him to start in Dallas week 1. I don't want to see no more Andy Dalton. No. He brought Andy in to be the backup. I definitely don't want to see Ben DiNucci or DiNucci. DiNucci, nothing. And I hate to do that. I hate to do it. But your guy that used to play for UT, I don't want to see him either. Third string. Can I go a step further? Y'all know y'all don't want to. I know y'all don't want to hear this. I don't want to see Mike McCarthy back as a head coach, but that ain't gonna change. That's not gonna change. Kevin says Dak Prescott will start for the Cowboys and Deshaun Watson will start for the Texans. AJ, love the show. Leave my Texans alone. Okay. Hi, Kevin. Sorry. Your team. Don't like your ownership. Definitely don't like your front office. And I do not like your team chaplain / vice president of football operations. I like the official team chaplain. He's a great guy. I think I got an interview with him somewhere down the line. But yeah, all right, let's see. I think I read JT before, but JT says Deshaun Watson will not start, but will be on the team. Dak Prescott, if healthy, will start for the Cowboys. So JT says that Deshaun is going to hold out. He's basically saying the Texans are not going to trade Deshaun, and Deshaun is not going to take the field on the first game. Big Time Floyd said, AJ and the Breakers. Hello, AJ and the Breakers. Dak will start for the Texans, and Deshaun will start at Jerry's World wearing the stuff. Ha! You know what? Big Time Floyd is saying that the Cowboys are going to pull off the unthinkable trade between Dak and Deshaun. That's interesting. How many folks would want Dak in place of Deshaun? I know a lot of people that would want Deshaun in place of Dak. I know y'all think I'm throwing shade. I'm not. I know a lot of people that would take Deshaun over Dak, but I don't know how many people would take Dak over Deshaun. Big Time Floyd, good stuff. Good stuff. Let me take a break. I'll be back with more right here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK.
1140 AM and 92.3 FM. The legendary KYOK.
Now, in-home or in-office do-it-yourself COVID-19 testing is available to you, and the results are 99% accurate. Save your time and be safe by avoiding the lines and crowds. You can test yourself and your family members at home. Test your employees at work, making sure your workplace is safe. Simply call Citation Bioscience at the number we're about to give you to order your COVID-19 testing kits. When they arrive, follow the simple instructions and send them back to us with our prepaid shipping. Results are ready the next day in 95% of the cases. And remember, they are 99% accurate and reimbursable by your insurance company. Save your time, stay safe, and avoid the crowds. Order your COVID-19 kits now by calling this number now. Pricing starts at $119 and discounts are available for larger orders. Call now. 800-247-8046. 800-247-8046. That's 800-247-8046.
Do you watch television? Of course you do. Then have you tried Dish TV from All American Dish yet? No? Well, now is a great time because we're giving everyone that calls today a 2-year locked-in price. Your rate will not change for 2 years. The clock is ticking. Call now, get Dish, and get your price locked in for 2 years and save yourself some money. Dish has your favorite TV programs, even Netflix and Amazon Prime built into the DVR. You can even watch Dish anywhere you have an internet connection. Plus, we've even got awesome discounts for the military and seniors. Oh, and one more thing. Call All American Dish now and we'll even give you a free Google TV voice remote, free installation, and free equipment. Don't wait. Call All American Dish now.
800-296-1302. 800-296-1302. 800-296-1302. That's 800-296-1302.
Hi, my name is Lily. My mom and dad used to fight about money all the time. Then one day, I heard them talking about this guy, some uncle I never knew, called Uncle Sam. Well, they say this Uncle Sam guy wanted them to pay him like $1 gazillion, and they didn't have $1 gazillion. So they called this company they heard on the radio called the Tax Doctor. And the Tax Doctor worked with Uncle Sam's people. I think they're called the IRS. And they were able to work it out so my mom and dad didn't have to pay Uncle Sam very much money at all. So now mom and dad are happy, and I'm happy too. Thanks, Tax Doctor.
If you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS or state, call now and pay less. 800-603-9359. 800-603-9359. That's 800-603-9359.
You're listening to The Lunch Break on KYOK.
All right, y'all. Back here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. It is our Black History Month, and it's our Team Texas Tuesday. Big Time Floyd done messed a bunch of folks up. Big Time Floyd has messed a bunch of people up for Black History Month and Team Texas Tuesday. Big Time Floyd said he thinks that Dak Prescott will be the starter for the Houston Texans and Deshaun Watson will be the starter for the Dallas Cowboys at the beginning of the year. And Keith Hennig probably said it the way a lot of Texan fans will feel it. They wouldn't see Dak Prescott as an upgrade or maybe even an equal to Deshaun Watson. And I would probably go ahead and agree with him. I think Deshaun has more natural ability than Dak. I think Dak is a gamer. I think Dak is just a natural gamer, winner, going to work hard, do whatever he's got to do to get those extra yards, make a play, a gamer, a guy you want on your team leading the show. But I think Deshaun is a natural winner, leader, and has, better abilities than Dak. I'm just being personally honest and frank. So I don't know if the Texan fan base will see that as a fair trade. I don't think they'd be happy with that. But then on the other hand, I don't think they'd be happy if the Texans gave them out. I mean, if the Texans got, I don't know, Jimmy Garoppolo and a couple of young defenders plus a bunch of draft picks either. I know they wouldn't be happy if they got Sam Darnold and some young defenders and a bunch of draft picks. I don't think they would even be happy with Tua Tagovailoa and a couple of young defenders and a bunch of draft picks. But similar to what I said about the Rockets and basketball, there is no guarantee that when you give up a player like Deshaun Watson, you're going to get a player of equal value back. Like, it's not like Green Bay is going to say, oh, well, the Texans gave up Deshaun, we got to give up Aaron Rodgers. It doesn't work that way. And because Cal McNair and Fake Easterby and Nick Caserio know that, they want to do all they can to hold on to Deshaun Watson. They don't want to just give him up because they know it does not mean you're going to get Deshaun Watson 2.0 back in return. I mean, look at the teams out there that, you know, for whatever reason are talking about moving on from their quarterbacks. Jimmy Garoppolo, Carson Wentz, Sam Darnold, Tua Tagovailoa, Ben Roethlisberger, Mitchell Trubisky, and, you know, guys like that. I'm not interested in any of those. Nick Foles? Foles? It's like playoffs. Playoffs? We'll talk about playoffs. Playoffs? Foles? Nick Foles? Come on, man. But that's where we are. If Deshaun doesn't want to be in Houston, it doesn't mean that Houston is going to get Patrick Mahomes because Deshaun doesn't want to be here. And that's why you've got Cal McNair leaking alternative facts out there. Oh, there's a lot of misinformation out there about what's going on with us and Deshaun. No, there isn't. And if there is, it's because you're putting it out. Here's the truth. Deshaun don't want to play for you. That's the truth. That's not misinformation. And you know good and well, if you lose Deshaun, you're not getting Pat Mahomes. You're not getting Aaron Rodgers. You're not getting Tom Brady 1.0, 2.0, or 5.0. You know, Texans might be able to make a run for Cam Newton, Jameis Winston. I don't want either one of them here either. I think this organization needs to see what life is like under A.J. McCarron for a few weeks. This organization is so in love with Josh McCown, let him start. Just see how that feels for a while. Redo the Ryan Fitzpatrick era. Let's do that. Keith Hennig. Breaking news, Tiger Woods was just rescued from a car wreck. Details still pending. Thank you, Desiree. Tiger Woods just rescued from a car accident. Jesus. Praying for him. Wentz is the new big man in Indy. Wentz is not a big man anywhere. I love that the player in Indianapolis that has number 11 said, I ain't giving up my number for Carson Wentz. I mean, you can tell how much a guy respects another guy when he says, oh, yeah, Tom Brady here, you got to have my number. You got to have your old number. I'll take a different number. Carson Wentz, nah, I ain't giving it up. How much? None, nothing. I'm not giving it up. You can't pay me enough for me to respect you enough to give you my number. I said without a doubt that if they give Jacoby Brissett a legitimate chance to battle for the number one QB1 in Indianapolis, he'll beat out Carson Wentz. In fact, if you look at the Vegas projections, they might win a half game more under Carson than under Jacoby. That's what you're bringing him in for? To be a half game better than what they were? If I'm Jacoby Brissett, I want out of Indy. I don't want to be the Taysom Hill of Indy. I don't want to be the Slash of Indy. Jacoby Brissett deserves to have a right to start. If I'm Jacoby, get me to Chicago. Get me to Carolina. Heck, if I'm Jacoby, I'm trying to go back to New England. I'm definitely not sitting behind Carson Wentz. In fact, if I'm Jacoby, I stay right there. He'll blow it. Carson Wentz will blow it. He'll blow it. They'll be putting me in. Thought that through. Who's a free agent? Jacoby? Willie Gibson just said he's a free agent. I'm Jacoby, I'm out. I'll take my shots over in Chicago. I'll go to Carolina. I'll go back to New England. Go back to New England. Please. Okay, Willie said Jacoby's a free agent. Good. New England it is. Hey, y'all. My locker's still over there? When can I play against the Texans? I beat them. I got to get ready to go, man. Y'all made my time run out today. Yeah, I'm serious. Back to the Texans real quick. All the organizations here in Houston are under a rebuild. The Astros are rebuilding. They don't have George Springer. They got to rebuild that lineup. They got to fill some holes on that pitching. They found some arms this past shortened season, but when I got to see that arm multiple times over a 162 game period, guess what? Sometimes you figure those arms out. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how the Astros bounce back. We'll see if the Texans can talk Deshaun into staying. But I'm telling you now, do not believe the leaks that come out of the Texans organization. And they are behind the leaks. Anytime John McClain reports something, it was leaked to him by the Texans, period. So let's quit playing with that one. Here's the truth. Deshaun doesn't want to be here. He doesn't want to play for this organization. Doesn't want to play for Nick Caserio. Doesn't want to play for Jack Easterby. Doesn't want to play for Cal McNair. That's the truth. It's not fake news. Cowboys rebuilding. Mike McCarthy is not your forever head coach. Got to sign Dak. Got to get that deal done. I've already said I sound like a broken record. Got to fix the offensive line. Got to rebuild that secondary. And I hate to say this. This is going to hurt all the Cowboy fans out there. Y'all got to move on from Sean Lee. You got to move on from Sean Lee. And if Leighton Vander Esch doesn't start reading offenses better, he got to get out of the way too. But Sean Lee, it's time to move on. All right, I got to go. Rocket fans, be patient. Rockets are in a rebuild. Rockets in a rebuild, a full-fledged rebuild. In the words of Danny Ainge, Hakeem Olajuwon's not coming through that door. Tracy McGrady is not coming through the door. Clyde Drexler is not coming through the door. Stevie Franchise not coming through that door. Yao Ming not coming through that door. James Harden, Dwight Howard 1.0, Chris Paul, Russ Westbrook, they ain't coming through that door. Christian Wood, John Wall, Jashawn Tate, Mason Jones, Kenyon Martin Jr., Ben McLemore, Daniel House, Eric Gordon, and others. Notice I didn't say PJ Tucker. Might not be here. Full-time rebuild, y'all. Full-time rebuild. All right, let me get ready to go. Donnie McClurkin up next with the Donnie McClurkin Show. Give you the best in gospel music. Latest in the gospel music industry. Donnie does his thing every Monday through Friday from 2 to 3. And then in the morning, Erica Campbell and Griff get up mornings. Tomorrow, it'll be Winning Wednesday. We'll play Stats Battle. Try and give away some more tickets to the State Fair Classic. Have a good time. Might have David Grubb tomorrow. See if I can't get him on with me. Talk some more sports. And then, of course, Thursday, you know, I got my guy, Chris Gardner. Can't wait to get Willie Gibson back on. Willie! All right, anyway, let me get ready to go. Sybil Wilkes up next. And congratulations, Rose from Houston. Got 2 tickets to the State Fair Classic. All right, y'all, as always, let's not be divided. Let's be united. I love you. There's nothing you can do about it. But wear your mask, wash your hands, sanitize everything around you. Be sensitive to everybody around you. And when you see that racism, kill it. Not the person, the racism. Y'all be blessed.
It's Sybil Wilkes with what you need to know today. Federal Judge Merrick Garland returns today for the second and final day of his confirmation hearing as Attorney General for the United States before the Senate Judiciary Committee. As many Democratic senators noted, Judge Garland's appearance is 5 years behind schedule. The judge was President Obama's Supreme Court nominee to fill the seat following the death of Justice Antonin Scalia. The Republican majority Judiciary Committee refused to conduct hearings necessary to advance the vote to the entire Senate. A letter written by a former undercover New York Police Department officer while on his deathbed alleges the agency, along with the FBI, were responsible for the assassination of Malcolm X. In the letter, Ray Wood, who is black, admitted he was hired by the NYPD to keep Malcolm X's security detail from protecting him on the day he was killed. Wood gave the confession to his cousin and asked that the information be held until after his death. Mr. Woods died in November of last year. I'm Sybil Wilkes. Be informed.
Hey, real quick before I go, happy birthday, T. Barnes, and happy birthday, Monica Morris Howard. Happy birthday to you. All right, y'all. Talk to y'all tomorrow. Love y'all. Y'all have a good one. Talk to you tomorrow.